The deadline to fund the government less than a week away. Deeply divided House Republicans worked through the night to reach a deal before October 1st. Hardline Republicans demanding steep spending cuts, but have not been able to come up with a deal.
This dysfunctional Washington cannot continue. That's why folks like me, we're sticking to our guns, and all of a sudden we're the bad guys because we want to balance our budget.
The Biden administration, though, warning of some major consequences if a deal is not reached. And federal law enforcement, that would mean that they will work without pay. And passport offices would close. Social Security checks would continue. Medicare and Medicaid would also remain intact for now. Hearing that military members, though, wouldn't get paychecks during a government shutdown, of course, does cause a lot of concern here in southern Colorado. And this would be felt nationally when it comes to security. So our News 5's Devin Karp in the studio to talk about what lawmakers are trying to inch toward when it comes to a deal this morning. Devin.
Bree, lawmakers are preparing plans to guarantee paychecks for troops in case of a government shutdown next month, arguing that jeopardizing military family finances could hurt national security. We talked to a local economist from UCCS to take a look at the potential impact here in southern Colorado. Economist Bill Craighead says most military personnel are listed as what's called essential employees, so they'll be required to go into work without a paycheck, affecting military families, some even living paycheck to paycheck. That means cutting back on spending locally, dipping into whatever savings they may have, and losing government services like SNAP benefits. Now, once the government is fully funded, military employees are required to get back pay for those days, but it all depends on how long a shutdown could last.
I think if this only lasts for a few days or less than a week, it's probably a manageable impact. But, it'd be kind of like, when you have days where you have bad weather and, people don't go out as much.
On Saturday, the U.S. House of Representatives Rules Committee approved 4 spending bills for debate on the House floor this week. Those include defense, agriculture, state, and homeland security. Now, lawmakers still have this week to pass the spending bill they need to avoid a shutdown, but in the meantime, expect local spending to go down and government employees to be working without pay. So, Bree, if a lot of people are working without pay, that would mean that they would not be able to get some of those services that they need.
And I know you talked a lot about military families and the impact this could have on them, but hundreds of thousands of families receiving those SNAP benefits could be impacted as well. According to the Colorado Office of Economic Security, about 80,000 residents in El Paso County get SNAP benefits, and those enrolled in SNAP will receive benefits through October, but what could happen in the months to follow? That's still unclear. However, we do know that food banks wouldn't be able to place orders and existing deliveries could be impacted as well. And we know many of you enjoy getting outdoors, enjoying all the beauty that Colorado has to offer. But if the government were to shut down, this would have an immediate impact on national parks. They would probably close, or at least the restrooms and trash operations would be disrupted, which could potentially lead to vandalism, and that could impact our wildlife as well.